His felony conviction. New video shows the moment a man in Franklin County hit a deputy head-on. Watch this. In the video, you can see the driver drift into oncoming traffic. That's when the deputy turned on his lights. Seconds later, the driver then hit the front of the deputy's car. Deputy said that driver was drunk. ODOT is using electronic message boards to remind drivers not to drink and drive this weekend. Statistics show 4th of July is one of the most deadly travel holidays. That is because people are drinking and celebrating. And this has troopers stepping up patrol.
I think that's great, actually, because they need to. Just me driving right now, there's so many people out there just texting or on their phone, and they're swerving and waving and stuff.
Every trooper posted in the Miami Valley has their entire staff on the road through Sunday. New at 11, a federal judge temporarily blocked Ohio's heartbeat bill. Today, the judge did so he can look into the lawsuit against the law. The plan bans abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected, and that can happen as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy. It was supposed to start next week. Planned Parenthood and the American Civil Liberties Union are suing to stop that from happening. New video from Indiana. The man in this jumpsuit just got 25 years in prison for killing his 3-month-old son, but then the baby's uncle punched the man in the face. The man had pleaded guilty to killing the baby. Officers arrested the uncle, and then a short time later, the judge found that uncle guilty of contempt of court. And here is what he had to say on the way to jail. That uncle got 6 months behind bars. Chief Meteorologist McCall Bradag's off tonight, enjoying some time with her family, and Jesse's in joining us, looking at numbers as far as outages, much lower than earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, it's good news. We've had a break, so they've been able to work on things around the Miami Valley. Things have been relatively quiet this evening. Earlier, about 1,300 people in Montgomery County without power. That number's down to 200. And as for Greene County, they had several hundred, down to 6 now. So things looking pretty good as far as the power outages go around the Miami Valley. And with the storms that we saw earlier, you see this big gaping area where there's not a whole lot of activity. That's where all the storms were earlier, and that actually stabilized the atmosphere, and things have been quiet more or less ever since. Just a few storms off to the far north where they have not received rain earlier, and those are up towards Findlay, all the way up in Hancock County. But for everybody else here, we're staying dry for now after several inches of rain fell in the afternoon hours into the early evening. Earlier there was just a little bit of smoke lingering from the fireworks earlier. That looks like it's kind of waved off and dispersed, but very quiet conditions out there for right now. 72 degrees with that dew point temperature right there at 69 degrees. Now, due to calm conditions, the sky is trying to clear up a little bit. If we get that air temperature to drop down just enough to where it gets closer to that dew point temperature, we could actually see the formation of some fog around the area. So overnight here tonight, that is possible. Some isolated fog developing. I think we'll all stay dry, but there is a chance towards the far north that we do possibly see an isolated storm pop up. Again, I think most of us are going to avoid that. As we go throughout the day tomorrow, once again, hot and humid. Slight chance for a shower early in the day, but I think the most of the activity is going to be found into the afternoon hours when we get the heating from the sun. High temperatures up to 87. It's going to feel like we're in the 90s here once again once we get into the warmest part of the day tomorrow. And this is what that's going to look like. The clouds kind of hanging around more or less. Sunshine adding that instability, and that's going to give us the chance towards the noon hour for an isolated storm. Things becoming more scattered and spread out as we make our way into the afternoon and early evening hours. Now, once the sun is setting, that's where that activity begins to quiet down a bit. So if you have plans for fireworks, it does appear that once the sun sets, things will quiet down here once again. And here is your evening planner for the 4th of July. Scattered showers and storms early on. It's going to be hot and humid once again, and we'll stay nice and muggy, warm and muggy as we make our way throughout the remainder of the evening hours. Again, isolated storm possible in the middle evening, but things really quieting down as we get later towards midnight especially. Temperature trend, stay nice and warm Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're going to see all 3 of those days. The heat index will likely reach about 90 degrees, but we have some dry and slightly cooler air that's going to be moving in as we go into Sunday and Monday. Hang in there for Monday. That's going to be a very nice day. Temperature right at the average. That drier air is going to make a significant difference. You're definitely going to notice that. And the temperature trend taking you from July 10th through the 15th. Here's the extended outlook, and good news if you're not a fan of the heat, a trough will develop. That's going to bring cooler and drier air back into really a large portion of the country, especially in the Great Lakes area. So you'll notice that change once we make it through the beginning portion here of July and into the middle part of July. The 5-day forecast shows again hot and humid for the next 3 days. Scattered showers and storms are possible. Then things start to quiet down as we get into Sunday and Monday, much less humid as we do make our way into Monday. And meteorologist Dante Jones will be in the morning hours. He's actually going to be in just a few short hours. Starting at 4:25, you'll find him on Daybreak with the latest update for your forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. 2 Ohio cities just made Bankrate's list of best places to build a savings. Memphis topped the list, followed by Cincinnati, then Cleveland. The survey found people living in those 3 cities had the potential to save more money than people living in any other city. The worst cities to save money? San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego. Experts said the high cost of living in those cities made it hard for people to save. Staying safe is a top priority while celebrating Independence Day. What you need to have on hand if you're setting off your own fireworks.
Storm Center 7, the fastest weather alerts to keep you safe.